I am here right now with Miss Carolina Kinga, a charge nurse at the same time a supervisor here in Good Samaritan Health and Rehab Center. How are you today, ma'am?
I'm doing wonderful, Miss Nyrene. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for allowing me to do this interview with you.
Okay.
We are doing a research about Pamela Reed's self-transcendence theory in application to nursing practice. To give our listener background, self-transcendence theory is a middle-range theory. It provides a framework for inquiry and practice regarding the promotion of well-being in the midst of difficult life situations, particularly where individuals and families are facing loss or life-limiting illness. This facility is one of many long-term facility here in Nashville, Tennessee. Can you describe or tell us what is the meaning of long-term facility?
Yes, I can. Long-term facility, like the one we're working at right now, is in Antioch, Tennessee. It is a long-term facility and a rehab center. We have patients who come here for rehab and patients who are here long-term where we provide basic care, daily care for them, give them medication, strengthen them. We have hospice patients, geriatrics, car accidents, different types of patients.
Okay, thank you. And how long have you been working in this kind of facility?
I've worked in long term care for over 20 years, 13 as a nurse and 7 years like CNA.
Oh, I see. So you are very familiar in this area. You mentioned a while ago about hospice patients. Can you describe what a hospice patient is?
A hospice patient is one who has been given a prognosis of imminent death, who has a sudden decline and there is no hope of life, and they are given palliative care where we take care of their needs, pain for the time they have with us.
Thank you for that. During your nursing career, ma'am, have you encountered a patient that can do things by their own and then one day a major decline in their health occurred, which resulted of them to be admitted in hospice care?
Yes, I've had many patients that happen to, and most recently, last week, I had a patient who was getting up, going to the bathroom, going out with her family, just doing everything. And all of a sudden, one day I came back and she was not able to even walk, having trouble breathing. And all I know is the doctor ordered hospice care for her, and I'm still taking care of her.
What was your initial reaction as a nurse when you learned that your patient will be admitted in hospice care?
I was in shock. I was surprised. I knew her health wasn't good because of her diagnosis, but I did not expect hospice to be right away. And I was more in shock and sad about the whole situation.
How about the patient and family's reaction? Can you describe the reactions too?
Yes, I can. The family were crying. They were very sad. They were also shocked. The patient was very angry, just didn't understand what was going on, and all of a sudden to be given a diagnosis of comfort care and 6 months time to live, and I'm sure that's what shocked the patient more.
Thank you. To this particular patient, how did you promote his interpersonal self transcendence?
I talked to the patients and I listened to what they had to say to me, and I listened to what they have to say, and that's how I take care of the patient and make sure they are more comfortable. And I involve the patient with activities of things they enjoy and involve them in their plan of care. I also let the patient share his wisdom of experience with me, and I just listen pretty much for most of the time.
Thank you, ma'am. And also, patients in this situation might undergo depression and might isolate themselves from their environment. You, as his nurse, what plan of care will you construct?
First of all, I would talk to my patient, listen to what is making them depressed, and let them vent their anger or whatever problem they have. I would involve social worker, activity director, and staff and family members. I'd also talk to the doctor and to the psychiatrist, and we will work as a team to see what we can do for this patient.
Thank you. And for the last question, ma'am, how do you assist the patient in accepting his impending death?
I would ask the patient to explain to me how they feel. I would involve the family, I would involve the church members, or really the church pastor if they're religious. And I would go by the patient themselves and assess each case individually. And that way I can help the patient to understand also what is going to happen, depending if they are ready to learn it. I would do some research, get information, and share that with the patient if only they are ready and ask for it.
Thank you for all the information that you have shared with us, ma'am. To sum it all up, Pamela Reed's transcendence theory is important in nursing field because in our work we meet different kind of clients, and most of the time we deal with a patient that is facing a major change in life or impending death. And by using the self-transcendence theory, we are able to deal with this kind of situations appropriately. We, as nurses, should promote patient self-transcendence, vulnerability, and well-being. Thank you for your time, Ma'am Caroline.
Thank you very much for letting me be a part of this project. I've really enjoyed it and I've learned a lot too. I appreciate it.